We'll get this thing going a little bit early. It's fine. Let's see. Yeah, we're all there. We're all working. We'll see what's up. What's up, everybody? This is going to be a handheld one today, guys. I'm not able to make it up into the studio. We're reorganizing some stuff up there. So I'm down here in the testing room. Who all's there? It's Q&A time. If you got any questions, go ahead and go for it. We'll wait for folks to come in. We're going to try to get this through here. We're going to try to get through this. It's a weekend one. What's up? Busy. Getting through the Christmas stuff or whatever else it was. What's up, Caleb? Yeah, we've been packing for the last 7 days or so, getting teleport stuff out for everybody. And now we're doing this thing now. Here we all you guys. What's up, yo? What kind of questions does anybody have? Anything from podcasts or the last videos, the last little days, or questions about teleport or anything else going on? This is our testing rig, by the way, our tensile tester. If you guys haven't already checked out Tangled Testing, I recommend going out over there because this is the machine that we use for it. Right there. All the things. Let's see. Follow up on podcast or things from the last little batch of stuff. There we are. There we are. Yeah, we've had PetG for several months now, so it's available here in this. But yeah, PetG will be coming back. Sorry, I saw some chats go by. What was that? Let's see here. There we go. ASA would be preferred, but it looks like your machines aren't enclosed. We can print ASA all the time. Enclosures are kind of a red herring when you build a full factory around 3D printing. Enclosures aren't necessary when the building is the enclosure. When are third-party parts coming to Teleport? Third-party parts are coming to Teleport this spring. So right now, the things we have on there, lights of various types. That's what I'm going to say there. Chargers, screw kit, heat can put in the heat inserts, but we will not be doing assembly. And then, yeah, a number of other stuff. There's going to be about 10 baseline items and third-party parts or so. We've had a tough time with the network here lately. I shouldn't be on Wi-Fi. Everybody else is on Wi-Fi right now, too, and we've got a bunch of people inside the building. Let's see here. If it makes waste management difficult at the end of the product life, it would be nice to see design for disassembly from 3D printing lens. Yeah, the stream's cutting in and out. That's our network here because we just have so many people in the building right at the moment and so much kind of stuff going on. Just the system as a whole is pulling a lot of bandwidth from our main network. A lot of people are using Teleport, which is screwing with our live stream stuff, but is what it is there. Okay, let's see here. Gradient or ombre colors. Gradient colors might come into Teleport here fairly soon. Well, at some point in the future. But the thing is, gradient colors just aren't a very high demand item or group. So it's just they're not a high priority right now when there's so many other ways to improve Teleport. So like right now, we're really harping and planning out kind of shipping speeds in the new year, trying to get those down even further. Right now, they're 5 days max, 5 business days max, which is fairly typical for a print farm in general. I mean, even somebody who has it themselves. But in the context of our queue and backlog, it is really quite impressive that anyone is able to print a part and get it out in 2 to 5 days. We have many parts go out in 24 hours. If your parts are well designed and are able to print just natively and don't have something weird with them, they go out very quickly. If your parts are not well designed and they either fail or it's a garbage in, garbage. This is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a quick stream, guys. It's going to have to be. We're really busy anyhow. On the topic of materials, do you think there will be a new default material in 5 years' time, or will PLA still hold its throne? PLA will go away. If for no other reason, we will eliminate it. The PLA is a material that was created for ease of 3D printing because people didn't know how to use 3D printers. But PLA as a material is not a good material in sort of context. It has no scale. It has no good mechanical properties. Its realm of usefulness outside of fun chitsy stuff is not very good. But again, everybody is prototyping with it. So until Teleport is kind of a tastemaker, we probably won't introduce any eclectic materials, even though we've got some really good ones in the can. I won't go too far into that. But yeah, materials will become a thing. There's a lot of room for material innovation inside of 3D printing right now. Huge amount of room still. It's nowhere close to being fully optimized. Let's see other stuff here. Sven, welcome to the chat. Let's see here. I'm not seeing too many other ones. Third-party parts, yeah, that's all the stuff. So I'm going to give us a new one. As far as Teleport is going, Teleport has been going fantastically. There's been the huge amount of demand over the last couple of weeks because, yeah, of the several hundred users that we had on, we've had many of the people who had Black Friday spikes, and we're scaling up there, people who were basically augmenting their existing print farm. So we've been busy getting them out, and I am proud to say that almost no orders have gone past the typical lead time. Again, if the part is not printing well and needs to be fixed, it can add to the lead time to where we'll go in and fix the file, reslice it manually, something like that, because we want people to get a good part. And even if that takes a little bit longer, it is better to have a good part a little bit late than it is to have a bad part after a long time anyway, even within loud good. I'm sorry guys for the chat cutting in and out. We'll get this fixed at some point in all of these deals when they're less impromptu. But ASA will probably be added to Teleport here at some point in the nearish future. We definitely want to upgrade our outdoor components and parts. And ASA is a good material. ASA is actually, yeah, very, very good material. It's a little bit temperamental compared to things like PETG, but even PETG, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's more temperamental than PETG. It's kind of ambiguous there. CF filled ones are kind of a red herring because the CF doesn't do anything except wear out machines. So I'm not sure how we'll do that. But anyhow, let's see here. Which type of filaments do you need to store with vacuum bags? Which types can survive humidity around 60% in the room? Very few almost no filaments can survive 60% humidity in the room because it actually condensates on the filament itself. It doesn't really absorb it. It condensates on it. So if you're in a really humid place, you want to seal up your stuff and put it in with some desiccant pouches just so that ambient humidity doesn't condensate onto the filament. Because if you think about filament, there's an exceptional amount of surface area there. So just the temperature fluctuations will cause it to get effectively water droplets on it. The materials that are hygroscopic, so that they actually suck in water, are nylon, PETG, TPU, and those are the main ones. Chat can throw in all the other ones that they can think of there. But PETG absorbs water, TPU absorbs water, nylon absorbs a ton of water. There's no way to get... PHA is one of those bioplastics. PHA is one of those bioplastics that's kind of sounds better than it actually is. First of all, it's stupidly expensive, and always will be. It does not have good mechanical properties and never will. But it's also so expensive and energy intensive to process that any benefits that you have from either water solubility or recyclability or any of the rest of that kind of stuff is lost in the production of it all. So PHA is pretty much useless except for support material. And that's wrong because you don't need two different types of material to do support really well. On days like today versus last week in your factory, Our humidity is controlled. We protect all of our material when it needs to be, but inside of our factory, we're in high desert, so our humidity is always very, very low. Those seem better than drying entire spools. No idea about those things. I know it's much simpler to throw the spool into a whole box. That way it never gets wet, and then you don't have to dry it on the way. Would you be interested in collaborating? I believe it'd be mutually beneficial with the brands we represent. Go crazy. Go ahead and send over a contact information for sponsorship of videos, and the media team can take a look at that. Let's see here. Let's see here. Other chats here. Talked about PHA already. Tangle testing still on hold, or are you preparing something for release after holidays? Tangle testing will pick back up in the spring, but we hit the criteria of the Kickstarter, I believe. I think we got all the videos out for that, and we're continuing to test. Well, obviously, but the Tangle testing, there's a hierarchy of priorities. Tangle testing does not help us ship teleport orders faster. It is very useful information. It's still very relevant to the industry, but we have to make sure that we're focusing on the things that keep the company healthy and are really helping to move the industry forward. Because based on the comments of Tangle testing, people are not ready to understand the difference between 3D printing versus other types of testing. But so there's an improvement within the industry that needs to be done, but also the increased formalization we want to do a little bit more of, and it's just very time consuming to run through these tests. So given the option of that or improving some core product inside of Teleport so that the company continues to exist, so that we can continue to do good stuff and continue to scale up additive manufacturing so that a kid in a dorm room can make a product for free, which is now possible. And it was not possible 6 months ago. 6 months ago, it would still cost $10,000 to make a product, or a couple $1,000s if you bought a few machines. Now it's free to create and distribute a product, and you are profitable on the first one. That is so incredibly significant, because if you want to talk about world flatteners, that kid in a dorm room certainly applies to all of us here in the first world, but now a kid with a laptop in Africa can also design something that some woman in New York can buy from him and get in 2 days. So we have to really focus on that, because that's the thing that really moves the needle in how the world works, and is the thing that we care about the most, and what we've all been working for here for so long at Slant. So we've met the obligation of Tangle testing. But in order to continue to grow it, we need bandwidth available. And right now there's just not a lot, because yes, going into the Christmas season, which Christmas season starts in September. For anybody who hasn't actually run through Christmas season before, that is when people start to realize they're getting close to Christmas. If you're really preparing for Christmas, you would prepare in June, and get it all laid out and planned out, and you have all these dominoes lined out. Most people realize that they're in trouble in Christmas, I don't know, about the day after Black Friday, and then they're like, oh my gosh, I need help, and they start running through stuff then. It's YouTube, everybody reacts to it, and with the LTT one, it's a particular group, and we knew that almost anybody who is interested in 3D printing probably watches LTT, but people who all watch LTT probably are not as knowledgeable about 3D printing. It doesn't go both ways. But they would be recommended that video. So they're exposed to it, and we were a little bit lippy in it, because we're always a little bit lippy in it. So the negative reactions, whatever, they like their case, and they miss the point that the video is a demonstration of how to design that type of an item for 3D printing. Of course, we're not going to replace the LTT box, because yeah, we're not going to do embedded magnets and so on and so forth, and Linus wouldn't like the sound of the hinge, so whatever. But the validity of the information in that video still stands, and that's the point of the channel, which is to educate people about how the negative comments don't bother me because what I grew up on a cattle ranch. So I always tell the team, it's like I sticks and stones without reading, watching the title, watch for 30 seconds, and then has a reaction. Like, why should that impact my day in any sort of way? So yeah, if any of you are looking to get in the influencer game or whatever else it was, it's I can't use the analogies that I want to use right now. It's spitting in the wind. There we go. That's the one. So yeah, whatever. Negative comments. So what? They're up in the engagement of the video, and there's sometimes useful information inside of there. Since we weren't able to get a hold of the LTT box, there were some details about it that I wasn't able to find in order to do the design video. We just want. Well, thanks, man. Teleport's free and open to sign up for. The wait list is increasing, but we're gonna fix that problem here after Christmas. Maybe sooner. But yes, get signed up for the wait list, and they can do it. But yeah, Teleport. Right now we've been focusing on the consumer applications and like guys who have an Etsy store that they want to scale up or something like that along those lines, e-commerce. But the value of Teleport as like a supply chain manager to where some company can just upload, oh, this is our little spare bracket for this robot arm or something, or for this spare part or whatever it was, and then they can just order it from themselves, basically an internal Shopify. I'm not using the vernacular so everybody knows what's going on, but basically companies have an internal supply manager where a person can put in a purchase order for, I need more of this part, and it comes through. But with Teleport, they can effectively connect Teleport up to that thing, so they never have to have inventory, and they can just order, oh, here's that new bumper, here's that new jig, whatever it happens to be. So the large companies can get a huge amount of value out of Teleport. So we are excited about that, and we'll be pushing on that kind of in the new year. Yes, the stream is pretty sporadic today, guys. I'm sorry about that. We're on a bad connection because I'm on my phone here, and the AI generated prints. He has AI generated prints. They've been moving a bunch of files through us. They're a Y Combinator company. They're based in New York, but you can auto generate a 3D model over there, and they plugged into the API. And there's been a lot of files going through there. So yeah, we're just, the network as a whole is just running along. We're in an old train factory. I will fully admit that our networking is not good yet. We've been trying to upgrade it here ever since we moved in. But we're probably gonna have to end up putting like 2 or 3 Starlink dishes on the roof just to have enough stuff. It's like, here's the internet for the media team, and here's the internet for the actual systems, and here's the internet for this one and that one. I think that might be the best way to do it. Let's see here. What's up from Cape Town? What's up, man? Other stuff. Used from one of my companies to another. Will Teleport be able to be used from one of my companies to another? I have companies across the globe and my own print farm globally to reduce costs. Yeah, you can create as many user accounts as you want on Teleport there. So you can have a Teleport for each business that's running through it there. Okay. All right, we're probably going to tee it up and finish it out here in about 2 more minutes. Yeah, we're going to go for about 2 more minutes, guys, and then we're going to wrap it up because, yeah, the network issues are just too irritating for myself and all of you guys watching. So it's just not a useful experience right now. Any final questions here? And we'll get wrapped up here in the next couple minutes. But yeah, Teleport is stupidly flexible. You can create as many accounts as you want. Each one of the Teleport accounts right now is free. And then, all right, any last comments? All right, any last comments? We're going to wrap this up here. We got about 30 seconds. And then we're going to close it out. Okay, there we are. What we got? Any other last little ones? See you later. All right. Have a good one, y'all. We'll see y'all later, and we'll get this sorted out one of these days. We'll get these streams figured out here after about, I don't know, 5th or 6th try. But have a good one. Bye.